Now, we know that Deontay Wilder and his team has thrown out 3 possible opponents to the media. Burmester Vern, Chris Arreola, and Alexander Ustinov. I heard Gerald Washington get thrown in there, but I'm not. I don't know how sure that. I'm not sure about that. But my question is, and you guys have heard me make videos before about how I think, or how me personally as a fan, and I know my thoughts mean nothing in the grand scheme of things, but as far as these fighters go, Gerald Washington came out and he likes to, fight off his back foot. And he's a big, strong dude, man. Big, strong, 6'6", 250-pound former Division I football player at USC. I think he has some NFL trials too. He's a big, strong guy, and I think I even heard him say he likes to emulate his style after Jimmy Young. Jimmy Young was an excellent fighter in the 70s. If you want to talk about just being a pure boxer, circling, using your jab, feints, footwork, lateral movement at times when he needs to. You can say shit. Ali, Holmes, and Young were the 3 best at fighting like that in the 70s. All right. But Washington is about 4 inches taller than Young was, and probably about, 30, 40 pounds more than Young was. But I do respect what he's trying to say. He wants to be a smart fighter that likes to use the ring, use feints and movement and counter you. So I understand that. And I'm not saying that that's a stupid idea. It's just looking at somebody that damn big, though, you would want him to be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe take a page out of Lennox Lewis's book rather than Young. But anyways, what I will say, though, is if him and Deontay Wilder, if that fight does happen, at first I'm like, nah, man, Deontay Wilder will blow him out. But then I was thinking, I don't know, man, because Deontay Wilder has shown that he can fight off his back foot. He can stall it out with you a little bit, where he won't try to just rush forward and try to knock you out. He did that with Artur Szpilka. He stalled it out with Szpilka a little bit. You know what I mean? And he used long distance in that fight. With that said, though, Gerald Washington is such a back foot fighter. Although Deontay Wilder added that to his game, I believe that Deontay Wilder would be the aggressor in the ring on fight night. I just believe he will. I believe Gerald Washington is such a, I'm not going to say timid, because he's not a timid fighter, but he's just more willing to go on his back foot to the point where I think he'll force Deontay Wilder to come forward. And with that, do you guys think that if he fights off his back foot, make Deontay Wilder miss, counter back with some right hands and left hooks, although I don't think he sits down on his punches enough, man. It's like sometimes when I watch Washington, it's like he's punching as he's retreating all simultaneously. It's like he has nothing on some of the punches. But do you think a style like that would give Deontay Wilder trouble? A guy that's just as big as him physically. I believe he's probably just 1 inch shorter, but as far as his build, he's bigger than Deontay Wilder. Unless I'm mistaken, physically he's bigger than him as far as weight and mass. And I believe if Wilder tried to close the distance on him and rough it up, who knows who would be more physical. Like I said, Washington's a former Division I football player. I know this isn't about football in the boxing ring, but maybe we can be underestimating Gerald Washington's physicality in the ring. Maybe he hasn't been in there with the guy that'll bring the, quote unquote, dog out of him. No disrespect to my dog lovers out there, but bring that dog out of him, that beast out of him. Then say, okay, you want to fight? I'm about to show you. That type of, to bring it out of him. Could he possibly tame Deontay Wilder? Now, he said he looked up to Young, right? He looked up to Jimmy Young. Well, Jimmy Young was able to tame George Foreman. Would he be able to do that with Deontay Wilder? These are just questions I'm asking the YTBC. I guess it's just food for thought, man. I would pick Deontay Wilder to win the fight. I believe he will probably hit Washington with punches that he's never been hit with. And I know Gerald Washington has been in very good, training camps and sparring. So I understand that, but just an intriguing matchup, man. Stylistically, I'm looking at this as stylistically, not their resumes, just stylistically and where they're at. And Washington's, he's at his grown man strength. Like, he's got some years on Deontay Wilder. And he's very confident in his boxing ability as far as moving, jabbing, countering. He is confident, man. And I think that's how he's going to fight until he ends his career, because when he was in there with Eddie Chambers, and Eddie Chambers is a much smaller guy, he still fought off the back foot. I was like, damn. I thought he would come forward on Chambers and try to get him out of there and sit down on some right hands, but he still fought the way that he's been fighting. So I guess just stylistically, what do you guys think about this? I mean, even Spilka has some success trying to box Deontay Wilder a little bit. But I would favor Deontay Wilder, but just stylistically, I think this would be an intriguing fight. Because I think just his style would even force Deontay Wilder to just say, fuck it, I'm just going to come forward. And Deontay Wilder has shown, like I said, to fight off his back foot a little bit. But I think fighting Washington, he will be forced to come forward, because I think Washington would be content with just standing at a distance and just have a fencing match and just try to use jabs. But the equalizer, I think, would be Deontay Wilder's power. I think that would be the equalizer between both guys. Just my opinion. Heavyweight boxing talk.